I think a lot of people assume that we're exaggerating when we talk about this. But when you pull up these pictures and these books that you've showed us, it becomes undeniable. And parents and people all over the state can no longer say that they didn't know.
That's right.
They can no longer unhear what they've heard.
That's right.
And so I think that's just another reason of why this is so deeply important.
That's what I do. My job is to open eyes. I can't open everyone's eyes, but I can try. And God does the rest. Listen, we can't just sit idly by any longer. Now that you've heard this content, it's shocking. And so...
and hopefully it compels people to action. That's what we want, is we want people to act. We want them to be empowered to, in their own communities and in their own cities and counties, to challenge the books that they find.
Yes.
Bonnie, I'm sure there's a lot of parents who are watching this, and now they're wondering what can they do? What action steps can they practically take in their cities, in their counties, in their communities to start challenging these books in their school libraries?
That's right. Great question. So, as you know, on your website, you have placed my bad book list, which grows all the time, but it currently has almost 1,000 books on it. They can take that book list, they can download it, and they can take it into their library either physically or go online. I go to most libraries online by looking at their library catalog online.
And every library has a library catalog?
Every library has a library catalog. A lot of the school districts are getting a little bit sneaky. And so now they're having a password. It's password protected.
Okay.
But if you search, if there's 10 school campuses in that district, you can usually find one of those 10 that is not password protected.
Okay.
And then you can
search.
You can search the other libraries also on the other campuses. But go into the library either physically or online, search for the names of the books on that bad book list. And when you find them, you also have a step-by-step. It's such a great honor to partner with you. Because, you providing these things to all these parents that are watching, and you don't have to be a parent, by the way, to be engaged in this battle because you're part of your community. So community members and parents, I should say, they can go on and they can find this. They can figure out how to do it. There are forms that they will need to fill out for each book. There's book reports. All of this is on the Protecting Texas Children website. So thank you for that. I think there's a button that says, Ask Bonnie a question. You're welcome to put that on there because I do get a lot of questions from people, phone calls or questions all the time.
And for someone who's never gone through this process before, it might seem a little overwhelming at first. Like they've never gone through the steps like you have.
They should expect not to prevail, at least at the first level. So the first level is just called the book challenge, the regular book challenge. That's where you start. Most of the people that I've kind of coached through this lose at the first level. But then don't pack it up. Don't give up. Don't keep going. Keep going forward. The next level is called a level 1 grievance. And normally it's with either the principal of the campus that you found the book. I usually go to the high schools and deal with mostly high school books. Level 2 grievance is with the superintendent.
So that's the next level up.
That's the next level up.
Okay. And when you say losing, can you explain what
losing means the request that you have on the form, it says, what would you like to see done?
Okay.
And I always say, remove the book.
Okay.
Remove the book.
And then when they respond,
they say, we have voted or we have decided to keep this book.
Okay.
Because of its educational content.
Of course.
Of course.
So they'll reject that initial request.
Right. And keep asking.
Okay.
You go higher, level 1, level 2. Level 3 is in with the entire school board.
Okay.
So in the Llano High School, when I went before the entire school board with my first grievance, my first level 3 grievance, they told me I was not allowed to read the book because it was profane and indecent. Ms. Wallace, you're reading vulgarity. No kidding.
It's in your school.
They would not let me read it.
Yeah.
So I just had to argue against it. Yes, very absurd.
So you read these books now, or you present them in front of the school board.
That's correct. And you might lose there too. Level 4 is with Mike Morath at the Texas Education Agency.
Okay.
So I have books there at level 4 right now. And the main thing to remember, and I think this is very important, in the past, we have not challenged books. We've just expected others to do the right thing. They're not doing the right thing. And so we have to challenge, but don't expect to win on the, in the very beginning. You might, but usually we just need to persevere. Keep going.
And I think the more parents start to do this, more principals will start getting these requests. More school boards will start getting parents, to present these books in front of them. I think it's also important to recognize that since you've started this, more and more people are now waking up.
That's right.
To what's going on. And so before, where none of this was being brought up in school boards or at the state level or at the education agency level, now we have school board members and elected officials who are now starting to understand and realize what is in our schools. And so whereas before it might have been a shock to read or to be exposed to something like this, I think now we're seeing more people wake up to what this truly is.
That's exactly right. And that's where we need to use our megaphones. And we need to just expose it more and more and more, because it's not going to resolve itself.
Yeah, and the more people speak up, there's tremendous power in speaking up and in numbers, and the more parents come together, I think it's a really powerful thing.
Yes.